If I took your factory and stripped away every material, every window, every light, if all that was left was a solid black shape against the sky, would it still look interesting? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most factories don't fail because of the details. They fail because the shape was never designed. And today, that's what we're fixing. So sit back, grab a drink. This is Satisfactory Design School. When most people build in Satisfactory, they start with machines. This many refineries, this many assemblers, this much throughput. That makes sense. The game teaches you to think that way, but architecture doesn't start with function, it starts with form. Before I care what a factory is made of, I care what shape it is. So if the overall form is weak, no amount of windows, trims, or clever lighting will ever truly save it. Details should reward good design, not rescue bad ones. This is where most factories go wrong. They grow, but they don't evolve. Same height, same roofline, same depth. They spread across the landscape like an industrial carpet. Efficient? Yes. Memorable? Not really. And it's not because players lack creativity, it's because no one ever stopped and chose a shape. Efficiency creates rectangles. Design decides which one stays. When you look at a factory from far away, your brain doesn't see details. It reads the outline, the mass, the rhythm of the shape against the horizon. That outline, that's the silhouette. Strong factories read clearly from a distance. Weak ones dissolve into the background. So, before you place a single detail, ask yourself one question. What is the main shape of this build? Every good factory starts with one dominant idea, not 10, not everything at once. Just one. Long and horizontal, tall and vertical, compact and heavy, flowing and stretched. You don't choose the primary shape, the machines will choose it for you. Machines are very bad architects. Pick a direction and then commit to it. You can always add complexity later, but clarity has to come first. Now let's talk about boxes. Boxes aren't the enemy, unbroken ones are. If everything lines up perfectly, your eyes get bored very quickly. So instead of fighting rectangles, you interrupt them. Step the building back as it rises. Offset secondary volumes forward or backwards. Change the height, even slightly. You don't need curves, you don't need mods, you just need intention. Symmetry is safe, controlled asymmetry is interesting. Not all parts of the factory should feel equal. Some sections should feel heavy, anchored, permanent. Others should feel lighter, almost like they're attached rather than rooted. Height creates hierarchy, mass creates importance. If everything is the same size, nothing feels special. But when one volume dominates, the rest suddenly makes sense around it. This is how factories start to feel designed instead of assembled. If there's one place where the silhouette really lives, it's the roofline. Flat roofs aren't bad, endless flat roofs are. The top edge of your factory is what the eye reads first against the sky. You break it, raise it, cut into it. Add spines, moments where the shape changes just enough to keep the eye moving. You don't need decoration yet, you just need variation. Here's something I genuinely recommend you try. Build a factory using only foundations, walls and roofs. No windows, no trims, and no details. And then stop when the shape alone feels good. If it works without details, it will sing once you add them. If it doesn't, details won't fix it. They never do. Good factories aren't complex, they're intentional. They choose a shape, they respect hierarchy, they let the silhouette do the heavy lifting. Once the form is right, everything else becomes easier. Materials make sense, lighting finds its place, and details stop feeling forced. In the next episode, we're finally talking about materials, how concrete, steel, glass and frames change the weight and emotion of a build. Because once the shapes work, that's when the materials actually matter. So guys, before you rush into your next build, just take a moment, step back, and look at what you've made. Not the machines, not the numbers, the shape. Because every factory you build is a little mark you leave on your world. And if it feels calm, if it feels intentional, that's not an accident. That's design. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And if this helped you see your factories a little differently, then you'll find the full Design School series listed down below. And if you want to see me put these principles into practice, you'll also find my full cinematic series as well. As always, thank you so much for your support. I really can't wait to see you in the next episode. Ginge.